It was a tremendous event here, Salt River Fields, the Kyler Murray Foundation, and the man Kevin Murray, Kyler Murray's father, out here helping us out, break down the chaos that went down there in that game.
Oh, yeah, we started hot. Felt like we had the deck loaded, right?
Yeah, right.
Intentionally. And it was going our way there for a second. And obviously, guys got a little complacent, started having a little bit too much fun, and then Gary Payton started cooking, and he went from 12 players on the team batting to about 5. And, pulling people out of the bleachers and putting jerseys on them. So, that's when I knew we had to do something.
Talk to me about putting an event like this on, something the Valley really has never seen before. You're able to bring out the community, $25 a ticket to see Kyler Murray, CeeDee Lamb, Marv. Like, how did this all come together?
My right hand, Keon Alexander.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal. I'm not the most trustworthy person around in terms of, developing that rapport with people, because I keep it tight. But he and I, we work like incredibly close together, in all facets, not just business related, but, his vision has always kind of been mine for Kyler, and that's to become global.
Yeah.
But, what we saw tonight was just kind of a glimpse of the big picture, the future, from our perspective, looking through it from the big lenses perspective. We're going to do more. But it all rolls back to one thing, and that's winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It all rolls back to one thing, and that's what takes place, those 17 weeks in the fall. And that's ultimately that's what we're leading up to.
Yeah. Feels like that this team's on the precipice of something special. And for events like this, team camaraderie, team building, what they did this offseason, it just feels like it's building towards something.
It is, and you can see it and you can feel it. And, the players trust JG and Monty and what they're doing, and we've all heard them say it, and that stuff translates to the field, right? It's a team sport for a reason. It's the toughest sport in all of professional football, and it starts with the culture and chemistry.
Yeah,
but it starts there all day long, and we have it, and we're adding pieces, and I'm really excited about this fall.
We had Gannon on with us pregame, and he said unequivocally this is going to be Kyler's best year in the NFL. Would you agree with that?
We have high expectations, and he has expectations of himself, and he said it on you guys' show a month or so ago.
Yeah,
he's got to do more, and I agree with him. But we'll be fine. It takes all 53 in the sport.
It seems like the coach-player relationship is there. It seems like they're a tight-knit duo. What's it been like since JG's taken over, and how has Kyler grown even more so?
Well, I think what you've seen is, when you develop a rapport in this sport and you trust the people up top to do what you want them to be able to do, not necessarily you, but for the betterment of the team, and you see the blueprint working and coming together. And he and JG hit it off day one. That was obvious to everyone, right? But you have to take it to the field. And I think we've seen glimpses of it. But ultimately, guys, it comes back to, the haves versus the have-nots. And I feel like we're getting there, and we're close.
What does it mean that your son is now the longest tenured Arizona Cardinal quarterback in franchise history?
Actually, I know that until I saw it a month and a half ago, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was surprising. Yeah. It really was. And, perspective, mine is, that's great. But, we got some things to do.
Yeah.
Kevin, Johnny's young son's just feet from us. My young son's in the stands here. He's a great football player himself. It's a father who's done it, who's raised a star player like Kyler, but just a good person and somebody who's been out there starring in baseball. He's a good basketball player. He's a good football player. What are some just tenets that, as a father, as a parent, you can kind of pass down to your kids to start? It's just somebody who wants to maybe play in sports and be an athlete.
Well, work ethic.
Yeah.
Right. Work ethic, commitment, and it wouldn't have worked if it was my dream, my passion, my desire for him. He got me off the couch as a young kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't force him out back to swing a baseball bat or throw the football with me or shoot the basketball. He was always tugging at me, right? So despite how we may feel as dads, ultimately it's their responsibility to want to do it, right? And they've got to have that internal drive within them to be able to get to the next level, regardless whether it's high school, college, NFL.
This is a huge success for Kyler Murray, the Kyler Murray Foundation. What's next for you guys?
September. September can't get here fast enough. Again, that's what it's all about. That's who we are.
Yeah.
That's what's going to define us at the end of the day when it comes to this profession. Kyler's a football player. Kyler's an NFL quarterback, and he knows that. You know what I mean? He knows that, and he's overcome a lot. Extremely proud of him. But again, he'll be the first to tell you. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done. Yeah.
Gannon, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, Gannon called this home. He's year 3. You guys are here. This is year 7.
Yeah.
This is. It feels like home, and especially events like this continue to, ingratiate and celebrate. What is the most important position in sports? Franchise quarterback.
I just, I aspire to see him do what this city and this state deserves. A winner, right? That's my objective. That's my goal. That's my every desire for him is to make the Valley proud and kiss the trophy.
Yeah. Thank you for putting on such a tremendous event. We
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
you.
Appreciate you.
Yep. I'm grateful that we could be a part of it in any way.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.